This is the Randi Rhodes Show on 960 KNEW and online at 960knew.com.
Welcome to the right side of history, where conservatives take a look back at a past that never happened. In keeping with the reason for the season today, we'll talk about Jesus Christ, who is a good old boy, with guest lecturer, Fox News' own Megyn Kelly. Professor Kelly, welcome. Why don't you start us off by addressing the question of the ethnicity of Jesus Christ?
Jesus was a white man, too.
Indeed. There's been some kerfuffle about Jesus being white. Some folks think that he must have been Middle Eastern because he's, well, from the Middle East. But in the Gospel of Luke, and let's pause there and just say, Luke, hello? Half the country singers in Nashville are named Luke. Luke is a white guy's name, huh? It clearly states that the Romans forced Jesus and Mary to travel to Bethlehem to enroll in Obamacare. And Luke tells us right there in print, they went from there to their family seat down the road in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Oh, that's right, Professor Kelly. Am I correct?
He was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa.
Okay, well, we'll address the historical facts of Santa's life on another show. Maybe that live broadcast from Branson. Right now, we just want to reassure everyone out there that Jesus was a white guy. After his humble birth in a double-wide trailer, he grew up and gathered a dozen fishing buddies, and together they traveled the ancient NASCAR circuit all the way down to Talladega. Jesus performed miracles like feeding the multitudes on one bag of pork rinds and 2 small catfish. And eventually he got caught by boss hogs and spent 3 days in the Hazard County Pokey. But as the Gospels tell us, he busted out and drove off into General Lee. And we commemorate that jailbreak today with the sacrament of RC Cola and Little Debbie snack cakes. Hot damn! That's it for this edition of The Right Side of History. Thanks to Professor Megyn Kelly. And remember, those who forget the past are free to rewrite it.
And cereal. As the Pope would say. And cereal. Yeah, I mean, you know, this whole conversation started because a girl named Aisha Harris wrote a little piece in Slate magazine where she said that when she was a kid, she knew 2 different Santa Clauses, okay? She said the first one had a fat belly, rosy cheeks, and a long white beard, and skin as pink as bubblegum. He was omnipresent, visiting my preschool and the local mall, visible in all my favorite Christmas specials. And then there was the Santa in my family's household in the form of ornaments, cards, and holiday figurines. A near carbon copy of the first one, big belly, rosy cheeks, long white beard, check, 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 but his skin was as dark as mine. This set Fox News on fire. Oh my God, how dare you mess with the historical fact that Santa Claus is a white guy. But of course, if Santa Claus is supposed to be an outgrowth of St. Nicholas, then he is from freaking Turkey. Again, though, if he's supposed to be like the pagan, god of the winter solstice, then he's a pagan, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the reason for the season. But, I mean, the idea that he's a myth seems to evade everyone at Fox News. Santa Claus is a myth, and the beautiful thing about myths is they can mean anything to anybody, including Aisha Harris, who says in her household, Santa had dark skin. And she said, seeing 2 different Santas was bewildering. And eventually I asked my father, what does Santa really look like? Is he brown like us, or is he really a white guy? And her father, who had to have been just a really smart, wise guy, you know what I mean? Just wise. And I don't mean that in a pejorative way. He said, Santa is every color. Whatever house he visited, St. Nicholas would magically turn into the likeness of the family that lived there. And that's how her father explained Santa Claus to her. Whereas Megyn Kelly wants to explain Santa Claus to all the white kids, I'm guessing grandkids of the 70-year-olds who watch Fox News, which, by the way, we need a law to say no one under the age of 16 may even turn their eyes toward the TV while any of the Fox Newsy people are doing their version of the news, because it's child endangerment. And she's on the TV last night telling me it's a historical fact that Santa Claus is a white guy, a historical fact, and that Jesus is also a white guy. I don't think that's correct.